What if the government could detain you and you had no right to challenge it in court? That's the fear behind a powerful legal tool called Habeas Corpus. And now, it's at the center of a major Trump immigration push.
Like the Trump administration saying it's weighing the dramatic and unprecedented step of suspending habeas corpus, the long-standing right of an individual to challenge their detention in court to hasten sweeping deportations of undocumented immigrants.
Habeas corpus, Latin for "you shall have the body," is a centuries-old legal right. It gives any detained person the ability to challenge their imprisonment before a judge. In simple terms, it protects people, citizens or not, from being locked up without reason.
President Trump has talked about potentially suspending habeas corpus to take care of the illegal immigration problem. When could we see that happen, do you think?
Well, the Constitution is clear, and that, of course, is the supreme law of the land, that the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus can be suspended in a time of invasion. So I would say that's an option we're actively looking at. Look, a lot of it depends on whether the courts do the right thing or not. At the end of the day, Congress passed a body of law known as the Immigration and Nationality Act, which stripped Article 3 courts, that's the judicial branch, of jurisdiction over immigration cases. So Congress actually passed, it's called jurisdiction stripping legislation. It passed a number of laws that say that the Article 3 courts aren't even allowed to be involved in immigration cases. Many of you probably don't know this. I'll give you a good example. Are you familiar with the term temporary protected status, or TPS, right? So by statute, the courts are stripped of jurisdiction from overruling a presidential determination or a secretarial determination on TPS when the Secretary of Homeland Security makes that determination.
But here's the catch. The U.S. Constitution allows this right to be suspended only in times of rebellion or invasion. That's why it's so rare and so controversial when anyone tries. Enter Donald Trump. As part of his 2025 immigration crackdown, his team, led by Stephen Miller, is reportedly considering suspending habeas corpus to fast-track deportations of undocumented immigrants, especially those allegedly tied to gangs. Miller argues the southern border crisis qualifies as an invasion, triggering that constitutional loophole.
So when Secretary Noem terminated TPS for the illegals that Biden flew into the country, when courts stepped in, they were violating explicit language that Congress had enacted, saying they have no jurisdiction. So it's not just the courts aren't just at war with the executive branch, the courts are at war, these radical rogue judges, with the legislative branch as well, too. So
critics say it's unconstitutional. Congress, not the president, holds the power to suspend habeas corpus, but Trump allies claim they're following the law and doing what's necessary to protect the country. Is this a bold move to restore order, or a dangerous step toward unchecked power? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like and subscribe to Daily Plug for breakdowns on the biggest legal showdowns in America.